What's up, people? Orsicourse here, coming at you with another Paragon deck build. Today, we're going to be looking at my girl Yin. She is the new carry that just came out today. She fits this hybrid role of melee slash range. We're going to be getting into her moveset in a little bit, but first, let's take a look at her deck build, how I'm building her so far. Just a disclaimer, I haven't got a chance to get to a game with her. I tried as soon as she went live, but of course people are Q dodging, so you know how that is. It might take me a day or so, but if I can, I'm going to get a game up with her today so we can kind of look at how she actually does in the game. But for right now, this is the deck that I'm going to be running with her, so let's take a look and make sure to leave your feedback down in the comments. So we're going to start out with the Warlord. Like I say, she takes that carry role, so 60 power, 100% damage bonus is all good. You want her to hit hard, so the Warlord is perfect. As you go to the consumables, I kept it simple: health potion, Scout's Ward, strike token. I'm actually going to only be running the Scout's Ward in this deck. I'm not going to go with my Brawler's Ward yet. I'm going to instead try this Stinger boost. So I kind of changed up my deck build a little bit. So we're going to try this Stinger boost and see how that works out. And if I'm not liking it, I'll go back to my basic deck setup and maybe try some other combinations like Hunter Gal or something. But right now we're going to try the Stinger boost, the new universal card. Now as we get into the deck proper, I have 3 throwaways, and those are the Madstone's Gem. I was gonna, if you don't have Madstones, you can also go with the Flashfire Piston and even the Red Eye Nitro, but I would definitely say Madstone is going to be your best bet if you have it. Now the reason I say this, and let's take a look at it, Madstone's Gem gives you 12 power and then 5.5 attack speed. Now, the 12 power, of course, is going to make it easier for you to last hit. If you are trying to secure a gank or a kill, having that power will help you out a lot. Now, especially because Yin has a cleave that does 100% damage, so that means that she can be hitting hard to all minions or even enemy players if they're in that area as well. So having that power there, having that attack speed, that's gonna do well for your farming, because that's what it's about as a carry, right? You want to get that farm up. So that you get fed up, so that you can dominate the enemy team. So I definitely like running the Madstone's Gems, but there are other options. Adamant Edge might also work as well if you want to have that damage as well, but it's a 3-point card instead of a 2. Now as we get down to the deck proper, as you can see, I have 3 Spirit of Rift Hunters, so I'm running crit 60%. I go Wind Carver for that attack speed, Blade of Agora for the crit bonus, and then the Stinger boost. We're going to try this out, and we'll talk about this card as we get down there. This is very experimental. I'm hoping that it goes well. We're going to see once we get in there. So let's go ahead and start with the Spirit of Rift Hunter. So I have 2 Spirit of Rift Hunters that are exactly the same. The Spirit of Rift Hunter gives you 6 power, 4% crit, then 8% crit once you fully upgrade it, giving you 12. I equip this with 2 major casts, 18 power apiece, and then a major wound, giving me another 12% crit. Now, my other spear is exactly the same. 2 major casts, major wound. So that puts me at 44 or 48% crit. And this last Spirit of Rift Hunter, I built with just pure damage, 12 power, so strikes, which will put me at 60% damage. So 6 out of 10 of my attacks should be crits. Now, as we get down here to the Wind Carver Blade, 6 power, 5.5 attack speed, 12 power once you fully upgrade it. I wanted to get a little more attack speed in the deck, so I went with a strike and then 2 kinetics, giving me 22 attack speed right there. Well, 27.5. And that's all good right there, because you have that damage, you have that attack speed. Blade of Agora, so I'm sitting at 60% crit, so I figured the crit damage bonus would be helpful for Yin. So 6 power, then I equipped it with 3 minor strikes. And like I said, 100% bonus, so whatever I'll be hitting for, it'll double, and that's all good. You want to hit hard as your carry, so this card is perfect. And then the last card that I'm going to be running, and this is the new universal card. Well, they've reworked this card. So this is the Stinger boost. It gives you 60 mana, 11 attack speed, and this is what I like: the unique passive, Empowered Basic. On ability hit, gain bonus ability damage on your next basic attack equal to 50 plus 20% of your power. Bonus damage buff will expire after 20 seconds. 1.5 cooldown. Now I like this card because it pairs well with Yin. She has the ability where she jumps on to an enemy or a ally, and she bounces off their head, dealing ability damage. But once you're there, it's a distance closer. So once I hit that ability, then my next basic attack is going to deal 50 plus 20% of my power. And since I'm stacking a lot of power, that should hit fairly hard. So she has a couple of other abilities that this might pair well with as well, but that's going to be the best one that I can think of, because she closes the gap, and then that first hit is going to deal extra damage on a carry that's already hitting hard. And if it crits, that's even better. So that's my logic for that. I'm hoping that it works. I'm going with 2 12-point cards, and then the rest are going to be 9-point cards. So we'll see how that deck build works out. Right now I'm thinking that it looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and take a look at her move set, and yeah, we'll jump into it. Alright people, so as we go into her abilities, now I love her kit, honestly. So her whip crack, that's her basic attack. Yin whip has a longer range and narrower width than common melee fighter. So that goes into the idea of her being like a hybrid carry, or hybrid melee, because her whip has her range varies. So she can be hitting like a range, nearly like a range, or she can be hitting in melee range. So I like that. You don't have to worry about leveling this up, of course, because it levels as you level. Now, Backlash. So Yin cracks her whip, creating a sphere of pressure around her. If enemy projectiles hit the sphere, they are reflected back towards the enemy who fires them. Has a 16-second cooldown. Now, this is her game changer right here. This is why people are talking about that she's going to change the meta. So Decker, Rampage, Howie, all these heroes that have projectiles and stuns like Thunk, so Narbash, you know, that stun, that CC, that do all that good stuff. If you have a Yin on your team, she is going to make that very dangerous for the enemy team, because if she does her Backlash, then she reflects those projectiles back at the enemy and they end up getting stunned. So that's why Yin is basically breaking the CC meta right now. So I like this move. I wouldn't prioritize it first though, because I would be playing her in a safe lane as a carry, and you're usually going to be going against a melee fighter, so projectiles won't be a big deal early on until probably level, I don't know, 5, let's say, just to throw it out there. Now if you're going to go mid for whatever reason, I would definitely, maybe Backlash would be better if you're going against a howitzer. If you're going against Gideon, not going to help you that much. You're going against Gadget, not going to help you that much, because they don't have projectiles. Gideon's going to drop a rock on you. Gadget's going to drop a mine on you, but Howie, definitely punish Howie. So it depends on what lane you're in, but I will probably build this later. It wouldn't be my first one that I equip. Now, Lash Kick. So Yin swings her whip 650 units to pull herself to her target, jumps off their heads for 80 ability damage, then lands in the direction of her choice. This can be performed on allies, minions, and enemies. So I love this because this can be used to engage, it can be used to escape, it can be used to get better position on the map. This is such just a great move right here, because it just lets you control the field, or at least your placement on the field. So I love that. Now this is the move that I said I was going to pair with the Stinger, because like I said, you can jump off an enemy's head, so you're right there on them, deal damage, and then once you hit them, you do additional basic attack damage. So I like this move right here for that reason alone. This one is the one I'm probably going to be grabbing second, because it is a good move. But if you're playing cautious early game, you shouldn't really have to worry about escaping too much. You know, don't overextend too early. This will probably be my second move though. Now, Windburn. Yin extends her whip, increases the range of her basic attacks to 1,050 units, which is amazing, and gains 100% cleave for 6 seconds. Now, I like this move right here. Windburn, see, the only thing is it has a 20-second cooldown. In a way, this is the move that I want to grab first, because I think that it would be the most beneficial for early farming. If you can clear those minions just that much quicker, 100% cleave, I think that will get you ahead. So the way that I'm probably going to build, depending on who I'm laning against in the safe lane, let's say, you know, if I'm going against Fang Mao maybe. somebody who has some good mobility. Maybe I'll go with Lash Kick first, you know, if I think that I might actually have to get away from them. But if I'm going to get somebody who I know I can get away from just by playing cautiously, just by playing back, I'm going to go with Windburn first, because I think getting that 100% cleave damage in early on will help me just get ahead so much earlier, will help me with my farm. Then I will go with the Lash Kick, and the last thing that I would upgrade is going to be the Backlash, because I think I won't need that until later. Once I get my tower down, once I start rotating, once the teams start breaking down in lanes or something like that, then I would actually need Backlash once I'm getting into the team fights. But early game, definitely Windburn and Lash Kick. Now, of course, her ultimate, and I love her ultimate. Yin surrounds herself in Gale Winds, displacing all enemies within range. For 5 seconds after, the AoE will apply a 150 movement speed slow to enemies. Projectiles that travel through it are halted. Now, I like this because not only does she knock the enemies away from her, which you can argue is kind of not what you need, because usually you want to keep people close to you, but let's say you're by yourself, that would be awesome to help you escape. But it knocks people away from you, it slows them down, which is awesome in this meta. But the important thing is that it stops the projectiles that go through this little sphere of wind. So that's perfect to pair it with your Backlash, which is why I say I would equip Backlash latest, because I want to pair that with my Quelling Gale. So I think those two go hand in hand. So people, that's what I have for Yin right now. That's how I'm gonna build her. That's how I'm gonna upgrade her. So just to recap, prioritize your Galing Wind over any of these, just in case I didn't mention that. Ultimate always. Then I would probably go Windburn. Once we get later in the game, then you can go Backlash or Lash Kick, depending on what you need. If you feel like you need to escape more often, go ahead and go with the Lash Kick. But these two are optional. I'll definitely go with my Quelling Gale and my Windburn though. That cleave is ridiculous, especially later game in team fights. If you have a Decker ult, any Aurora ult, anything that bunches people together, this Windburn will devastate the enemy team. So that's how I'm going to build her, people. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Let me know how you're faring with her so far. Let me know what you think about her so far. Is she going to change the meta? Is she just, you know, kind of thrown in here? So let me know what you think, because I'm curious. Let me know your successes. Let me know your gripes with her. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and drop a sub. Like if you like the video, and share it out if you think it might help somebody else. I appreciate it, and it helps me out a lot. As always, people, thank you for viewing the video. We will see you in the next one. Have a good one. Peace.